election days always leave me a little sad because we've gotten so lackadaisical about the democratic process. This was a local election, so it was even more profound. It was me and one other guy at the polling place, and he asked if he could just get a quick pick. It was, you know. Even in the presidential elections, we've all gotten so, because we all know it's like a mentalist's trick at this point. You know, you guys choose between the king of clubs and the king of spades. Now you guys choose between the king of diamonds and the king of hearts. Now everyone choose between the king of clubs and the king of diamonds. And then, you know, for 4 years, half of the country goes, oh, he's too diamondy, or the other half goes, oh, he's too clubby, and no one ever stops to think, hey, maybe he's just too kingy. Unless you happen to really love the four of hearts, in which case you're like me. Now that's what I call Dennis Kucinich. But thank you for that applause. It was an applause. It was the most any single audience can manage. I figured that out. Mrs. Nichols, second grade teacher, and I know, every solo show you've ever seen is strictly linear, and it starts when they're a kid, and it goes till they're adult, and it's I promise you, whatever convoluted pathways I take you down, I will lead you back to the light. It will all come together at the end, I swear to you. I trust you to be able to follow me if I was in second grade, and then I was in sixth grade, and now I'm in second grade again. Mrs. Nichols, my brilliant second grade teacher who sent me to the principal's office all the time, she ran an extended civics lesson that was genius when I was in second grade. She decided that she would hold a class-wide election. And the first 3 people alphabetically ran for mayor, and then the next 2 ran for deputy mayor, and then the next 4 ran for sheriff and treasurer and secretary of agriculture. I don't know what all the things were. But she did it alphabetically. And it wasn't until later that I realized she had done 3 rather than 2 for mayor because I came 3rd alphabetically. And I was the brightest, most articulate kid in the class, and she wanted me to be able to run for mayor. And she had done 3 rather than 4 for mayor because the girl who came after me alphabetically was very popular, and she wanted me to have the very best chance possible of winning. And we were all supposed to bring in our platforms on one day. And we were going to present our platforms, and then we would vote. And I was the only person who had anything to say on platform. I had index cards. I had plans. I don't remember my whole platform. I know, bless you. I remember that I was going to let everyone rearrange the desks. And this was a big applause getter. I was going to erase the doghouse. And I had done math. And I said that if we instituted a 2-cent-a-day tax, multiplied by the number of students, by the number of days left in the school year, at the end of the year, we could have a big ice cream party. And we posted our secret ballots, and we all went to lunch. I think I traded a bologna sandwich for someone's tater tots. Not relevant to the story. And then we came back, and the teacher had pulled down the big roll-up map of the United States. She did this suspense-building speech about the nature of democracy and representative government, and then she snap-rolled up the and my name was up there. And with all the smug a second grader can manage, I walked up and erased the doghouse and heard the resounding applause of my 7-year-old constituency. About 2 weeks later, another kid misbehaved dreadfully in class, and she redrew the doghouse, and I did nothing to stop her because I was the mayor, but she was the teacher, and I was a second grader. At the end of the year, it turned out I had done really bad second grade math. We had way more money than we needed for this ice cream party. So I had a government meeting and said, well, clearly we should invite room 7 over to share our ice cream with us. The deputy mayor said, no. We should divide up what's left over and give it back as a big end-of-the-year tax rebate, clearly a young Republican. The treasurer said, isn't it a democracy? Shouldn't we vote? And I said, no. The tax was my idea to begin with. I am the mayor. I am making a decision. We will have room 7 over for ice. We do recess with room 7. We do lunch with room 7. It is the right thing to do, damn it. Also, there was a girl in room 7 who had one arm and on whom I had an incredible crush but had never had the courage to speak to. So I made the decision, and we had an ice cream party with room 7, and I had an ice cream sandwich with Lucy Lindlet and her alluringly empty left sleeve. Here's what I learned in 2nd grade about representative democracy. The electoral process is a smoke and mirrors theatricality designed to hide the mechanism of political appointment. The candidates between whom we choose are selected. They are not elected. Actions taken by a properly elected official to wide and wild applause can be easily undone later in silence by the people with real power. Even a nobly elected, well-intentioned leader will resort to fascist tactics to pursue a personal agenda or private perversity. This is a very complex and nuanced understanding of democracy to impart to a 2nd grader. Mrs. Nichols was an extraordinary teacher. And if we want to make sure this never, ever happens again, we have to immediately institute a nationwide system of strict, standardized testing. Get kids choosing early between A, B, C, and D. Clubs, hearts, diamonds, spades. This thing only continues to function, people, as long as no one gets to see the whole deck.